All right, Gemini, welcome to your January of 2016 Sidereal Astrology forecast. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below because the signs are different. All right, Gemini, so things kick off right here on the 5th at the beginning of the month with your ruler going retrograde. And a lot of the bulk of this retrograde is going to be in regards to your relationships over here in Sagittarius, your 7th house. So good time to kind of shift and re-examine, rethink about those one-to-one connections in your life, whether they're romantic, whether they're business partnerships, business relationships. Good to kind of just pause on that stuff for a second, rehash, rethink, and redo anything that maybe you've been working on or involved with or focused on lately with relationships with your Sun here and Mercury, who's already transited the 7th house. Now, it might be a little bit with the deeper energies of life because Mercury is going to be right on the cusp between Sagittarius and Capricorn during this retrograde, but maybe a small dose or something of what's to come next month in regards to what's really meaningful to you in life once the Sun goes into that 8th, or speaking the truth or investigation or whatever it might be. Now, also the beginning of the month, Jupiter is going retrograde as well, and this is going to be involving your 3rd house of communications. So over the past roughly 6 months, you've had a lot of expansion and possibilities opening up, maybe to learn, to read, to write, to communicate, that kind of stuff. Maybe connect to your siblings. But all of that goes into a retrograde. It goes into a reflection time for about the next 5 months. So it's a good time to pause here this early part of the month, start to rethink and rehash how you're communicating, how you're exchanging, how's the social aspects of life, and specifically your relationships as well, along with your career. You know, anytime Jupiter goes retrograde, it's a sort of pause and reflection with your one-to-one connections, since he rules your 7th house, and also your career when he rules your 10th. So it's a good time to rehash and redo maybe the work stuff, the career things. But there's a lot to learn about it, and there's a lot to learn still about that communication. Now, on the 9th, we have that new moon in your 7th house of relationships, so there could be new beginnings with relationships, partnerships, whatever it might be. So planting new seeds there around the 9th. But again, take that in flux, be malleable with the whole thing. And you're just more introverted, more reflective during a retrograde. So it's always good for you to get that alone time and go within and, whatever it is that's, taking it easy in that sense, resting up. Now, Venus does go over Saturn also on the 9th. And this is specifically involving your health, diet, your routine, or maybe your daily work environment. And that's been perhaps quite serious with Saturn here, so it's good to continue this month, as it is for the next couple of years, to work hard at your routine, to work hard at your energy management, time management, etc. Now, Venus going over here, though, does tend to lighten it up, okay? And I think specifically with the work and stuff, you can really enjoy it this month with Venus here, at least all the way up until the 23rd, when she then goes into your 7th. So seeing where you can work hard but enjoy at the same time. Now, in relation to your alone time and in relation to your self-expression, you might be wanting to put some extra attention on that, since Venus rules your 5th and 12th. Going over Saturn really means some, maybe long-term approach, some patience and hard work with how you express yourself, and maybe make sure you are getting that spiritual time. Now, on the 18th, Mars trines up to Neptune. This is around the 18th. And it's very nice for actually the home and family stuff. There's been a lot of drive, a lot of motivation perhaps for you to connect with home, with family, with your roots. Maybe put energy into your health. Maybe get more active to, increase your health. But with a trine up to Neptune, it's very easy going, right? So with the energy in Mars and Virgo, usually it's quite clunky, especially because Mars is squaring up to Mercury later part of November and going into January as well. So here, there's a lot of support, right? And it's easy going. I think it's through having perhaps more faith and trust along the life path that is Neptune in the 9th, this middle part of the month. But easy going to maybe connect to those 4th house things and establish your roots in life and your health. Now, on the 21st, the Sun goes into Capricorn. So there is that shift now into the 8th, where I feel like you can have more awareness now going into February in regards to, again, what's really meaningful to you. What's the truth about life? The Sun in here really illuminates this house. Really helps you see. It's like a torch of what's behind the veil. And this can be personally, it can be in relationships, it can be with the external environment, it can be with the world, whatever it is for you. So that's going to be a shift there, and you'll probably feel that more so as the month unfolds, the later part. Then you're going to have a new moon in February there. Now, on the 22nd, that Mercury retrograde is going to go over Pluto for the second time and then go direct on the 25th and then go back over on the 30th. So this later part of the month, there's a lot of shifts happening with you. And it's a big transformative month, as it usually is about this time of the year lately with Pluto here. But yeah, being open to changing you, your self-image, your goals this month. A lot of that stuff, again, is being reflected on anyways because of the retrograde. But over Pluto, it's really eliminating all the old energies associated with it. So you can have more freedom and more enjoyment of the goals and of you and what you're pursuing in life in many ways. So once Mercury goes direct though on the 25th, and even by the 23rd, once Venus goes into that 7th, I think things will start to shift and move into a direction. And then I would wait, until, very late January, at least anytime after the 25th, even the 25th onward, to put that stuff that you've learned into action. And then on the 30th, once your ruler goes back over Pluto, you'll have much more clarity. You have much more understanding about maybe what needs to be changed. So kind of be malleable with it, but I think by the 30th, you should know what it is that might need to specifically be changed, or what old energies need to be brought, put behind you and accepted. But specifically with, relationships and your perspective on relationships is really the big thing. Because it all starts with perspective first. Then it goes to the external environment. And it's really our relationship with self, too. All right, so that's going to be the 22nd, 25th, let's say the 23rd. So also on the 23rd with Venus in that 7th, enjoying those one-to-one connections. And then you have a full moon here in your 2nd. So it could be a high point, a culminating point for a lot of you in regards to the material, financial resources of your life, perhaps. But at the very least, you're seeing it clearly. With the full moon, it usually illuminates that area of life. And it's going to be squaring up to Mars, so it's how you can take action, all right, and transform it. But be patient in the process with the square, right? But in either case, culmination specifically over the past 6 months in regards to those things. Now, the month tops off with the 27th when Mars goes into Libra, which is your 5th house of self-expression. So I think where there has been a lot of drive, motivation to connect to home, family, or your roots, or your health, all that's starting to shift to where you probably gain more momentum and energy to express yourself and maybe follow those interests and hobbies and things that are, passionate to you. And one thing I want to say too is that North Node is shifting into Leo slowly but surely this later part of the month and into February. So it's all about that new shift in direction for the next 2 years to communicate, to share, to learn, to connect with your siblings, to peers. It's all about the group or the social energies of life with that 3rd house. All right, or unlocking your intelligence, really thinking or sharing your wisdom. A lot of that wisdom is being drawn out from the South Node getting closer to your 9th. But it's about practical, how you can apply your wisdom in a practical way and share it with others. All right, Gemini, so I hope you guys have an awesome month. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.